Good evening, everyone. It's after 8 o'clock in the evening. I put up two shorts earlier, but something came to mind about, uh, like my name of my channel is Creating Simple Living with Joy. Okay, and I've been telling everyone how to use what you've got to create a simple living and to live simply um, and I can do that for the most part. But I'm finding out in my own personal life. Now, my friend tells me, just keep it simple. And I'm finding it's not that easy for me to do life in a simple way and just let it flow. Because my life has been so full of chaos and so complicated all my stinking life that I've always had to do things the difficult way. And and I'm finding that there's some things in my life that isn't as I can't do it as simply as some other people. And it, it's all the chaos that's been in my life in the past, and I try to get past that and all the insecurities that's in me. And um, now it's easy for me to do things like this camper, um, like making a little tiny home out of it. But then there's times that I overthink things even with that. And I'll be sitting around looking at stuff and saying, and then of course when that creativeness wants to pop in, then I can I can take that thinking and overthink and overthink and overthink till I went ahead and I got my head into chaos and moved things around to where it ends up being chaotic for me anyway. I did take that table out of here. I had it in here and I put it back in that back room, but I just can't. There's just some things in my life I just can't. It's not all that simple for me. I'm too high strung. I think too much. I way overthink too much. I think that there's issues and problems when there really isn't any. And and of course, naturally, then when I overthink things, and I think things should be a certain way, and when I can't make them a certain way, or it's it gets too chaotic in my mind. If you're a complicated person to begin with and have always been all your life, things don't come that simply for you. So, like with me, finding that out with me now, I I have not got a clue what to do with because I have such bad insecurities and always think that somebody's gonna hurt me or do me wrong, and it ends up not working out right. It's just that plain and simple. Because I get afraid, then I make the wrong turn, and it's like Jack and Jill. I come tumbling down the hill just that quick. So all of you people out there that are high strung, have been complicated all your life, and nobody seemed to understand you in the first place. In fact, I don't even understand myself half the time. So what do we do about it? How do we make our life more simple? Because we can. That's like somebody's depressed, and you people say, "Well, just snap out of it." Well, I'm sorry, that's something you just can't snap out of. Now you can pretend like you're not depressed, but underneath it all, you're still depressed. I can pretend like I'm secure with myself. I can pretend like nothing bothers me about who I am and what I am, or what I mean to this person or that person. I mean, I can pretend that nothing's wrong with me, but there is. I'm too high strung. I overthink everything, and if if somebody says something to me that if I don't speak up and say, "Well, what do you mean by that?" then I'll take it on to way past the next level if I don't talk about it. Like I can be sitting and talking with my sister or my brother or something, and we're in a conversation, and they say to me something that trips my trigger inside, and I don't say, "Well, what did you mean by that?" I don't do that. And then I go home and worry myself sick that I either did something wrong, or I said something wrong, or they don't like what I did or doing, or don't like me or something, or expect something out of me that I can't give. So, and you can carry that into your family relationships. You can carry that into uh, new relationships. You can carry that into a business deal. You can carry that in, so you can keep it into your home life even. And I live here alone, and so what do you do with it? How do you fix it? I don't see a way to fix it. And I know each scenario is different. I mean, there's some people that's been out there that they've been uh, really hurt in a business deal. They bought a house and got hurt and shafted over that, so now they're afraid to um, try for another one or whatever. Um, you can, and you already have self-image problems with yourself anyway. I mean, um, so how do you take what you've got in those kind of scenarios and make it flow, and let it be simple? And like I said, some people just say to you, "Well, just keep it simple." Well, how do you keep it simple when you overthink and overthink and overthink? My daughter, she does what I do. I'll be sitting and looking at things, and I'll think, well, maybe this looks good there, or that looks good there, or um, and you sit and think, and and she'll design the whole wall then after that, or put in sliding glass doors just by sitting and thinking and thinking and thinking and looking at it and looking at it, and that simple thought turns into a great big project. Well, that's like that with me. And um, if I have a friend or my sister or my brother or my kids that I'm so insecure about myself that I feel like I'm always doing something wrong. And therefore, if I'm always doing something wrong, then somebody surely else is going to see uh, that I'm doing something wrong. And therefore, they're not going to like me. They're not going to want to talk to me. Um, or I can turn it around and think that they're not doing me right. So I can sit here all day and teach you how to live tiny and teach you how to live with very little and your home look good. And I can teach you how to live on 13.22 a month and um, all those things. But by golly, one thing I can't do: teach you how to be secure with yourself. Teach you how to have good relationships and keeping it simple. Can't do it. And so life gets really hard. And then, of course, and then when all these other things come against you, when you already got that insecurity about yourself, even though you're doing your best to have a better image of yourself for yourself, uh, you still come up short, and you feel like you're not good enough. So that's something I have fought all my life, and I can't just snap out of it. And so how do I take that and incorporate in my home? Well, just stay in my home, I guess. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. That's like um, the insecurities that I get when I'm doing my videos and my channel. I know y'all don't know how insecure I am sitting here doing this. I am, and it feels like sometimes that I don't know a cotton picking thing about what I'm talking about because I just start talking and it comes out. Now whether it's right or wrong or not, I don't know. But if I could do that in friendships, in relationships, and just jump right into it like as if it's all going to work out, but it's not that easy. And okay, I mean, like for instance, today I thought, well, I'm going to call up the propane place and I'm going to order me some propane. And right off the bat, she tells me I owe a big bill. Well, what do you mean I owe a big bill? How you walk into something and you begin to feel secure about it for a minute, but then something catches your eye or your hearing or something, and you automatically start thinking, well, something ain't right here. And then you start thinking and going off into a tangent. So right off the bat, I I started getting defensive and telling her how do I owe anything? I haven't even bought anything yet or ordered anything yet. Well, the first year was free for renting um, my propane tank. Well, now this time it come due in November, and that was $99, 99, 97, something like that. And then what I ordered on my propane. So when all of these things start piling up on top of you, and the 3 days or not 3 days, a day and a half that I had without electric, and I was cold and all bundled up, and somewhere in there I started getting sick, and then going to the doctors, and they send you to the hospital because they can do more for you there. Well, no, no. I sat there for 12 hours and running this test and running that test. Most of it was blood tests, but still, and getting tighter and tighter sitting there. And I was already exhausted. I couldn't even hardly move to begin with. And then sitting there and worrying about being around all those sick people on top of that. Scared that I'm going to get sick because then I have to come home and be sick all by myself. Well, my daughter's right there, but she's got a life to live. And so, and then, of course, and then the propane. So, all that piled on top of your insecurities, because then you can't sort nothing out. Because you got to let your insecurities go, and you can't think about them and be logical with them or anything like that. And so, yeah, I can teach you how to live a simple life in your home, in a camper, in a car, whatever. But I can't teach you to live a simple life for relationships or family um, um, getting along and stuff like that. I can't incorporate it all in there. So basically, what I have to do is either go to some kind of counseling, which I've been to counseling, that doesn't help none. I mean, once you've been um, complicated all your life and a woman that can't be loved, difficult to love, rather. I'm a woman that's difficult to love. So, all you ladies out there, and I'm sure there's many of you that always feel insecure and like as if you're not good enough, and what in reality, I can sit here and say, yes, I'm good enough. Oh, yes, indeed, I'm good enough. I'm gifted, I'm talented, I'm intelligent. I'm not all that ugly. I mean, when I get cleaned up, I'm a little bit pretty. So I should be enough. If I'm enough for me, why can't I feel like I can't be enough for other people? Why can't I know that I can have friends? But again, and I know all you guys on here will say, well, I'm your friend. Well, that's, yeah, yeah, until you know me in person. Uh, but I'm it's just what it is. So trying to take those insecurities and bloom them into what I can do with my YouTube channel, maybe. Um, Probably just best for me to stay in my little camper here. Never go anywhere, never do anything. Because surely, 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 that my insecurities is going to crush somebody eventually. I don't know. And I think it all comes from my childhood and wasn't treated right and all that kind of good stuff. But I I do hope that I can take what I'm learning from all of this and maybe put a little sequel in here every once in a while about how we can learn to be secure with ourselves and love ourselves um, and not care whether anybody else what they think about us. But that ain't even what the whole point of it is. If you're if you're insecure with whether or not you think anybody else will like you or not, nothing else is going to help. You have to work it out yourself. And then, like with me, I'm going to have to work it out myself. So, but like I said, I think it would be a little bit better if, for me and maybe many of you, that if you weren't in certain situations and you could take better care of yourself and your home was more organized and uh, you you could feel more secure in yourself. And you could whip the world. Now I can sit in my home and be a warrior all day long and fight against evil forces. But to go out and be a good friend to other people, no, I can't. I don't have the ability to do that. I end up hurting people. Well, anyway, so I'm sitting here thinking, about, I mean, I wasn't planning on doing new videos, just going to do those two shorts, but I I thought about my insecurities and stuff and how my friend said to just keep it simple. And I'm trying to keep life simple, but it's not easy for a complicated girl like me. It's not easy. Very complicated, always very independent, always I'm going to take care of me, and if I can't take care of me, and and if my twisted uh, intuition and stuff is going to mess me up, then how can I keep it simple? So just something I wanted to put out there in creating a, a simple living with joy. It's not all that easy in the personal realm of things. Like I said, I can do it in putting a home together and putting recipes together and stuff like that, but not anything else. Something I'm going to have to learn and work on and see what we can do about it. So here we go. Here we go. Now, Mary Hart doing good like a medicine, and I have not been able to laugh a whole lot these last few days, but I've laughed some, um, and I'm trying not to let my spirit uh, be broken and dry up my bones, and I'm trying really, really hard to believe that if I think I can or if I think I can't, I'm right. So if you think you can, if you think you can't, either way, you're going to be right. Don't matter. So you all have a great day.